Please begin.
Do not withhold good when it is in your power to act. Do you have the power to act? To make a change? I am here today to deliver you great news. A chance to give people hope, to save. We know we can help, and we should. We will do it together as one nation. We will begin with discussing the reality, the reason, and the solution. Now, what's the reality? The world as we know it is drowned in chaos, wars, natural disasters, and calamities. And these produce our respectable and vulnerable refugees. We need to help them. According to the UN Refugee Center, we roughly have 110 million refugees as of 2023. That's 110 million people in need. 110 million people we can reach out our hands to. And to put more emphasis on this heartbreaking circumstance, 43.3% of these refugees are children. It takes about an average of 24 months for a refugee claim to be accepted. This means there's a population of people out there waiting, struggling to attain basic human needs like shelter, food, water, and clothing. Many are wounded, unsafe, traumatized. So many poor souls suffer under harsh conditions that they do not deserve. This calls for capable countries giving aid to refugees, and Canada is one of them. So how can we help? What are the immediate and possible solutions to this scenario? As an active representative of the District Student Council, I have seen education's powerful influence to build up a self-sustaining society. I believe that strengthening opportunities of education for young refugees is one of the many steps Canada can take. Canada can assist through financial aid directed towards education, creating support groups for newly welcomed refugee students, or hiring educators who share the same language and culture to make education one of the ways to recover from the trauma they have experienced. I myself have witnessed the impact of welcoming embrace of the education system to a friend who is a refugee. He is from Ukraine. He does not speak any English, but there is assistance provided for him. He had a learning assistance teacher that helped him overcome the language barrier, and so he thrived. Another step is hiring more workers in order to speed up the refugee acceptance timeframe here in Canada. To cite it again, the Immigration and Refugee Board of Canada states that it takes about 24 months for a refugee claim to be approved. The refugees cannot afford to wait too long. Instead, may I suggest that the Canadian government provide a safe haven for a group of refugees inside the country as they wait to get their refugee claim approval. In this case, refugees can have a glimpse of hope for a better future. Finally, the solution that ties it all together is strengthening the diversity this country offers. The component that creates the perfect environment to foster displaced people in need of a safe space. This looks like opening support networks for newly accepted refugees, or providing language learning so that they can easily access employment opportunities and the assistance that they need. Now that we know some ways to help, why should we? A recent statistic from Toronto Region Immigrant Employment Council states that 14% of refugees have become entrepreneurs. 50% of refugees have worked in high-skilled jobs, and about 20% work in jobs that require a university degree here in Canada. This set of numbers can paint a beautiful picture that shows Canada can help refugees thrive to the point they can make an impact and give back to the community that helped them. To put it simply, we can help. That should be our number one reason why. In conclusion, we know we can help, and we should. We will help, and before we leave this room, I know that we are all inspired to help refugees. Start the movement. Do not